Okay guys, sorry about that. Had a quick little malfunction, but we're back as Bill Morton in the Team Corn Fed C8 begins his clockwise laps. His first lap comes in at a .877. And lap 2 is a .945. No, Tim, I've been streaming with one phone this week, all week, and then this morning I had to grab mine, and in the middle of the live stream, Solomon started calling me over and over and over, so I figured I guess I better answer it. So that was the whole gist of that issue. So we got the Parts Barn Shelby GT 500 out on the pad now. His first lap comes in at a .919. And Rob's second lap is a .940. So now Rob's gonna flip around the other direction and head back clockwise. Rob receives the green for his 2 laps. Lap number 1 is a .938. And lap 2 comes in at a .934 for the Parts Barn GT 500. It looks like now Chris Allen is coming to the skid pad, trying to do a little smoke show beforehand. I think Chris just wants to make noise and smoke, and he has a little goof there. So his first lap's going to be probably voided, and lap number 2 is a .752. Lap 1 for Chris comes in at a .808, and now he's having a little fun with lap 2 and improves to a .862. So I had a little bit of fun with that run by Chris Allen, completing his first 1 lap, he and his wife Melissa, and they are now full-fledged lap dogs. And as Melissa Carr begins watching, her husband David has just taken the skid pad, beginning his counterclockwise laps. Lap number 1 for the SRT Charger, the .947. Lap number 2 for David, .973. Melissa, it was good seeing you and David 3.0 yesterday out at Gingerman. As David begins his clockwise laps. First lap comes in at a .946. And lap 2, .932. As Dave gooses the throttle there and gets a little sideways action. And I believe that the temperature is starting to drop again because the wind has picked up and this southern boy is starting to shiver. So. I think I'm going to have a talk with Matt Edmonds and see if he can move the home offices of the Tire Rack down to a little bit warmer locale such as Savannah, Georgia. So the green machine, first clockwise lap is a 1.110 and second lap just drops a bit to a 1.094. So now we got Mark Thompson in the GTR, Check 6 Garage and Sissio Performance prepared. Mark's first lap is a 1.000, so 1 on the nose. Lap number 2, he improves to a 1.027. Thanks to my official statistician Tim Miller for popping up the link for the current and overall standings. Mark's first clockwise lap comes in at a 1.010. And lap 2 goes 1.008. So all 4 of his laps were quite consistent, not too much differential in his 2 counterclockwise laps, and then also very close in his 2 clockwise laps. Now we got the M4 out. Lap number 1 is a .955. And lap 2, he goes 1.007. That last little bit of throttle input boosted him up there. Marlene, this morning we are at the Tire Rack's headquarters in South Bend. So we're about 65 miles south of Gingerman. And the M4 finishes out with a sliding 1.008. And next, coming up to the skid pad, a little late getting to the starter, is Kirk Barber in the Toyota PE Motorsports GR Supra. Well, we've enjoyed bringing the live feeds to you guys. Had some challenging conditions, heavy rains, and now the past couple of days, a little cold. So the Supra beginning his clockwise laps. Lap number 1 coming in at a 1.090. Yeah, Lauren, they went probably about 15 minutes ago. And lap 2 for the Supra comes in at a 1.012. As we are joined by the snowman himself, Mr. Mike Babcock, co-driver on the Bandit Turbo S. See, you're nice and bundled up.
Yeah, from Arizona, my blood's too thin for this. I was kind of bad and sleepy today, but that didn't work out. I guess my internal body clock has already been calibrated for one lap, so wake me up automatically at 5:00 regardless of how late we stay out.
I saw no dumb things going on last night. I do not know what you speak of. Got the Hennessy ZL1 on his clockwise laps. First clockwise lap, a 1.099. Well, thank you, Tina. Certainly did miss you this year. So we got Dave Ogburn out in the GT3 RS. And Dave completing his first counterclockwise lap at a 1.102. And lap 2 slips just a bit to a 1.098. And see how he fares on the clockwise direction. Lap number 1 is a 1.036. And lap number 2, 1.056. I believe the Saleen went earlier. We were not over here yet. We were getting our tow rig loaded up to get ready to make our transit back home this afternoon, so we were a little bit late getting over here. So now we got Scott Coors in the Bandit Turbo S. Good morning, Miss Arlene. Glad you're joining us. Scott laid down a 1.039 in the counterclockwise direction, and now he's starting his clockwise laps. Lap number 1 comes in at a 1.066. And lap number 2, a 1.054. And here comes the quietest Corvette that you'll ever see. Sponsored by the National Sarcasm Society. Amazingly, this morning it is quite quiet.
Yeah, it really is. I almost died breathing in its corn juices.
His second lap comes in at a 1.074. Tim, probably so. Lap number 1, a 1.021. And lap number 2, he takes the checkers with a 1.042. So next up is the GT2 RS, Todd Treffert and Ty. Lap number 1 for the GT2 comes in at a 0.781. Needs to get on it a little bit more to improve that number. 0.879 for lap number 2. So he's going to reverse direction and head back the other way. The lap number 1 is a 0.923. And second lap comes in at a 1.000. How'd y'all get over here?
Even in and out, and I was like, yo, I don't have a seatbelt.
So now we got the GT3 RS of Mike Martin and Ross Bentley on the skid pad. Not sure who is at the wheel this morning, but his first lap comes in at a 1.043. And lap number 2, slips just a little bit to a 1.007. Looks like Mike is at the wheel, seeing the helmet as he comes by. Mike's first lap comes in at a 1.072. And see if he can improve on lap number 2. And he slips just a little to a 1.066. We got one of our Teslas hitting the skid pad now. Lap number 1 comes in at a 0.965. Lap 2, a 1.010. Tesla's first clockwise lap a 1.020, and lap 2 a 1.059. Looks like we're getting the last of the competitors, the top end of the field, showing up here at the dry skid pad. So we have almost completed all of the dry skid pad runs as the other Tesla's out right now. His first lap is a 0.989. And his second lap was a 1.010. The Tesla's first clockwise lap, 1.044, and lap number 2 is a 1.051. Now coming to the skid pad, we got Billy Johnson in the GT500. They're currently sitting 5th overall in the standings. See if Billy can throw down a big number. 0.970 for lap number 1. And a 1.018 for lap number 2, so he does crack the 1G number. Lap number 1 is a 0.978 for the Shelby. See if he can get above that 1G number, almost 0.998. So now, looks like we got Makaya in the TTRS, the 2019 overall winner. Makaya puts down a 1.095 for lap number 1 counterclockwise, and 1.092 I'm not sure, Tim, but Billy loves to drift, so we'll let Billy drift. So Makaya's counterclockwise laps. Lap number 1 is a 1.070. And lap 2 comes in. Looks like another 1.070 for the TTRS. So next up is Maga, Anthony Maganoli in the GT500.
So pre-warming the tire laps, then yeah, you can break. It's also like it's not peak drift sometimes.
Anthony's first lap comes in at a 1.006. And lap number 2, Anthony improves. He does indeed, 1.062.
I know.
Well, Anthony's beginning his clockwise laps. Lap number 1, 0.976. And lap 2 for Anthony, 0.980 for the Shelby. Next on the pad is Chuck Veth in his GT2 RS. After Chuck runs his laps, we will have 5 cars left for the skid pad. Chuck's first lap, a 1.050. And lap number 2 for Chuck, 1.051.
Yeah, you were faster. Yeah, I got it down, and I had it just a perfect little drift. Yeah, you had just that nice length. So focused on the numbers. Yeah.
We got Chuck's first lap clockwise coming in at a 0.966. And a 0.973.
I'm trying to read that.
Morning, Charles. I see you sneaking in here. We're down to our last 5 competitors. Got the Mile High M with Chris Mayfield and Mark Melchor. Their first lap is a 1.105. Lap number 2, a 1.106.
Hi, Bri.
And my
Hi, Bri guy.
my cohort has finally made it onto the scene. They've been staying in the warmth all morning, and while I've been shivering out here in the cold.
Oh, we've been cold.
So the Mile High M, his first clockwise lap is a 1.083. And lap number 2, 1.084. Next on the pad,
Billy's?
Yeah, it was right there. I was filming it. He's all good.
so next on the pad is Andy Hollis in the 720S.
But will it drift?
Billy can make it drift.
He's got plenty of tire left. I'm jealous. We don't.
That's so disappointing.
And Andy on his second lap, a 1.017 in the counterclockwise direction. So he flips around and heads back this way towards us in the clockwise direction.
We're supposed to golf back.
Lap number 1 for Andy, 1.017. And a 1.035 for the 720. I got the Shaky Dog Corvette, currently 3rd overall in the standings.
They're going around in circles, Mr. Hump. Why are they going in circles?
Solomon here is having a little fun at my expense right now.
Why?
As
Why in circles? I thought it was supposed to be a road course.
this one's only circles. So first lap for the Shaky Dog was a 1.082, followed by a 1.097.
Is that good?
It's decent.
It's decent.
Anything above 1 is pretty good.
Is good. All right, let's go. He's going in cycles again, Brian. He's just turning. It's like a mini NASCAR. It's just the wrong direction.
Tim says he's clearly never heard of soul coughing. I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're talking to Solomon, Tim. Shaky Dog first lap.
I don't know, but will it drift? Come on, give us the show. This is
So
terrible.
the Shaky Dog in clockwise went 1.020 and 1.057.
This is terrible. He should drift.
So, Reg asking, is Solomon, still drunk?
I can only hope. I only had a little Robitussin this morning to help clear the pipes, and it got me a little happy, Reg.
So, the S2K, Alex Moss and Andy Smedgard on.
They haven't
The
hit
pa-
a 1. Is that not good now? Because you said anything over a 1 is good.
Yeah. So 0.986 for the first one, and then there's
got it.
1.022
I'm proud.
on lap number 2 in the counterclockwise direction.
So happy for them. Truly a nice little bunch of boys in there.
Folks, this is what I've had to put up with for 9 years.
I know.
This silliness right here.
So amazing.
So the S2K coming around to complete lap number 1. 1.059.
It's almost like his tires are warming up or something.
Almost everybody's doing better.
And a 1.081 for the S2K. Reg asking, was that Robitussin from Howard?
Maybe.
All right, folks, here you go.
Here is
the overall winner
It's
of the.
actually Steve Loudon driving. It is. I promise. Look at the car. It's leaning on the inside. It's Steve.
So, the overall winner of the 2021 Tire Rack One Lap of America,
Presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine.
Steve Loudon and Tom O'Gorman. Oh.
It's a wonderful thing. I'm happy for him. I wish it was us, but if it had to be somebody, I'm glad it's Steven.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi,
I'm
James.
just being creepy.
It's all right. Come join our broadcast, James.
Hey.
So now we've also been joined by Major James Hodges.
Lieutenant Colonel James Hodges.
Are you
Oh, is it? Oh, no, not yet. Is it?
No, I am.
You're a
Oh,
lieutenant?
I'm sorry.
Is that like a kernel of corn?
Baby corn.
Baby
Baby corn. And
Yeah,
when
baby corn.
he gets full bird, he is a full-fledged ear.
And then he becomes the popcorn.
There we go.
There you
There
go.
we go.
I saw 105.
Is Steve driving or Tomo
Steve
driving?
is driving. Have you not noticed the
I
car?
noticed the difference.
So 0.972, and
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday?
It was 2 days ago.
Okay.
so
He's doing
and
his thing.
and
It's just not
oh
working.
no,
Oh,
Oh,
that's so
boo.
exciting. Oh, there we go, ish. It's a driftish.
It's no Billy, but it's,
No, it's not Billy. He got confused. He's doing the parking lot turn.
I think you need to go help him. You need to go help him out there. This is kind of sad.
It's
I like it though.
Reg says he's trying out for a spot on Jersey Shore.
And with that concludes the 2021 event. Oh my goodness, it's been a pleasure watching you all and you watching us. And from Tire Rack will join us at the banquet. Come have a hot dog, sit down, watch the ceremonies. It'll be wonderful. Tire Rack here in beautiful South Bend, Indiana. On a very chilly morning. Thank you for watching the 2021 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine.